Yep, not good. This is the wall we just finished. We had to open it back up. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hi, welcome back.
So this week we're going to get the shower waterproofed and get the DITRA heat on the floor. And I don't know if you can tell in the background, we've already got some of it down. This wouldn't be a typical Paul project without redoing something at least once. So we've got a conduit in the wall that I planned on running my heating cables and the thermostat wire in the same conduit, but apparently that's a big no-no. All right, we're going to start waterproofing the shower pan and the curdy board. So the first thing I'm going to do is set this drain in, and as you can tell, my initial hole wasn't quite big enough, so I used my multi-tool just to enlarge it a little bit. So what since we're putting DITRA heat in the shower, what they recommend is, keep using the styrofoam spacer, but also the thickness of the DITRA heat mat under the drain. All right, mixed it for 5 minutes. Has to set for 10, then we mix it for another 3. And then Jamie's cutting some little, 5 or 6 inch squares. Since I've never done this before, I'm going to start with easy stuff. Just doing these screw holes here. We're starting to lay down the DITRA heat mat. So we're just gonna lay everything out, figure out where it goes before we take off the backing. Cut up for the drain. All right, here's the last piece. Hopefully it fits. Yep, it's gonna be good. So everything's roughly set in there. Cut out the circle for the drain. So now we gotta clean the floor again, pull the backing off and stick it to the floor. is definitely trial and error. We've already pulled this section up once.
Oh, what does that say? This says half. Oh, that's handy.
And it wouldn't be a Paul project without redoing something we've already done. So there's a single conduit in the wall, and I thought you could run the thermostat wire with the heating cable. Apparently that's a no-no. So we've got to open up the wall, run the 2 thermostat wires somehow, I guess left or right of the conduit, and patch that thing back up. So we've already got the zone in for the shower. As you can see, it comes out of the wall and around the perimeter and then into the shower, which unfortunately took us 3 or 4 tries to get it right, but it's easy enough to pop out and pop back in. And then the return is on the outside by the doorway, and we left it open thinking that we can have the thermostat wire come out. The thermostat wire has to be between 2 runs, so we'll weave those both along these 2 runs and probably terminate them, I don't know, somewhere in this doorway. We didn't film it the first time. We have to test the resistance or the ohms for this cable in order for to qualify for the, I think it's a 10-year warranty. So we've done it once before we took it off the spool, but now that it's installed, we'll do it again. 57.4. All right, so Jamie went to get the vacuum. We'll vacuum this up, pick everything up, pull all our stuff out of here, get it vacuumed up, and then we have to lay the cable, which is the fun part. So, all right, I already snaked my wire down where the thermostat's going to go to the floor, so we'll run this second lead up through the conduit, and then, like I said, we'll have to open this up. Unfortunately, we'll just run it loose in the wall. That should be fine. Alright, so we think that's the answer. There's a little open spot over there, but it's
under the wall hung toilet.
Yeah, it's under the toilet, and honestly, who's stepping in the back right corner?
Nobody. You change the toilet paper. Nobody's feet are going to be there.
So I think that's it. And then we have plenty of room to run our thermostat out and down this corridor and any one of these channels. So I think we're good.
Alright, that means we can pop it in place.
Alright, there it is. Actually came out pretty well. Oh, you know what? We don't have it over here either. Actually, so I think we'll pull this up. So, and we left a 3 stud seam, I guess, along here. That's where the glass shower wall is going to go. So that worked out pretty well. I just fixed that. Zigzagged it through here. So now that's heated if you were standing at the corner of the vanity, I guess. And then it's open right below the toilet, so that should be fine. So we pulled the insulation back. There's plenty of room in there to run the thermostat wires, so we'll get 4. Unfortunately, like I said, there's 4 of them that we need to run, 2 for each zone. There's a backup for each zone. So we'll get those running, get them in the floor. I'll label them so I know which one's which. All right, I have the 2 run for the shower pan. I made sure not to run the thermostats for the shower inside the shower pan because I don't want the hot water affecting the sensor. So, all right, I got the other one run for the bathroom floor and the backup. So those are all run. Now I've got to cut the DITRA mat out so I can get that down in the floor, and the same thing for this guy. So we'll do that next. Alright, I ended up cutting the subfloor or the underlayment out. So these are just below the DITRA mat. And I also ended up cutting that block back a little more so I could push these wires in, which there are a few pucker moments, but not advisable to do that while the wires are in. And then I've got this metal plate, because unfortunately I'll be the first one to put a nail through the baseboard into the wire and render this whole thing useless. Alright, it's been 24 hours. We got everything sealed up. So what I'm going to do now is I've got a 2-inch stopper, and I actually filled the trap, so it has water in it, but they recommend building, or want you to build kind of a temporary curb for a curbless shower and fill it with water, but I'm afraid that when I tear up the temporary curb, I'm going to rip something or damage something. So since the shower pan is already sloped, pre-sloped, I'm going to put a stopper in and maybe fill it up, I don't know, out to here somewhere. Make a little mark, let it sit for 24 hours and see if I lose any water. And if I don't, I know the drain is at least sealed. All right, it's the next morning. It's actually almost noon. No, it is noontime, so it's been 12 or 13 hours since, well, no, probably 14 hours since we did this. And as you can see, we have not lost a drop of water. So I'm going to call that a win and say this is waterproof.